Certainement.
Yeah. Yeah,
An honor to meet you again.
Oh, thank you.
How are you doing today?
Fine.
You're looking good.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
May I sit down?
Yeah, you can sit down.
You know, I mean, you're in your house.
Yeah,
you
you
know.
have a seat. Yeah.
Dear viewers, I mean, we're here again for a very, very precise interview. You know, our highly distinguished entrepreneur and the marketing. How will I describe you?
I'm a marketing consultant.
Yeah, so you wear so many caps.
Yeah.
Emeritus CEO of L'école USA.
Yeah.
Is that the right title?
Yeah.
So I'm so happy to be with him again. I wanted to go back to his Seat of Wisdom days because there's a lot he has in stock, which is going to be of profound inspiration and contribution to knowledge. That's why we are having this research interview specifically on Seat of Wisdom.
Okay.
And before we go to that, you were admitted into Seat of Wisdom. Which class, which batch was that?
Batch 8. The 8th batch.
Oh, 8th batch.
Yeah, admitted from the 8th batch from September of 1973.
Okay. Do you remember some of your, before we go into your Form 1, how was the admission process done?
It was great because actually, you know, as I said, I passed in list A.
Okay, from there?
No, from Sacred Fiango, Kumba.
Okay.
That's why I finished my primary school.
Okay.
Then I passed the common entrance in list A.
Okay.
And in those days, when you pass in list A, you could go to a government school. And there were two government schools, Lycée Bilan Boya and Lycée Bilan Yaoundé.
I see.
But I went for interview, I didn't have a godfather now.
Okay.
So I couldn't go into business.
All those, I see.
Yeah. So the only choice is I had to go to a secondary.
So it was not by marriage?
Which was a mission school.
Was it not by marriage?
No, you go there but you see a godfather because you go for interviews now.
Oh my God.
The godfather, they have limited spaces. So they told us that they didn't admit us until they say.
That's so sad.
So I just want me, my mother just sent me back to the village.
Okay.
So when I went there and my father being who he is, he was an educated man.
Yeah.
Not only educated, but when I say educated man, because of his travels.
That's true.
He was very knowledgeable about education and so on.
Okay.
So he made a statement to me that he wants me to go to a college that I can become a DO.
I see.
A DO is the district officer.
Exactly.
Because at that time they had a popular district officer in Fontem called Dio Pius Ndanga.
I see.
So people used to admire him on youth days when he stand on the grandstand.
Well dressed.
Yeah,
white,
well
right?
dressed. So my father said he wanted me to go to a school that can become a DO. Because I was admitted in vocational and first.
I see.
But he didn't want me to go to a technical school.
Okay.
So he said he wanted me to go to school that can become a DO.
Yes.
That's when he took me to Seat of Wisdom.
Okay.
When I met the principal, Miss Anne Bistaret, a French lady.
I see.
So she said I have to write a test because I was late.
I see.
So I wrote a test.
In what sense? You came after the interview?
Yeah, because they had already taken 32 students.
Oh, okay.
There was already a list for admission.
Yes.
Because students only used to made like 32, 33, 34.
Yes.
There were already 32 students admitted.
I see.
So the month I was almost late. I have to write an exam.
Yes.
So she gave me a written test. I sat there and wrote it for 1 hour.
Wow.
Then they came and asked me to come next week for the interview.
For the interview or
for the results?
For the results, okay.
So now I came back after 1 week.
Yes.
The woman just told me I passed and I've been admitted. I saw my name, number 33, at the end.
I see.
And they gave me what they call prospectus.
Yes.
The document.
What you have to bring.
Yes, and so then my father, before he went, he was very sure he doesn't travel. He used to travel without money. I don't know what happened. He went and sold a pig and a goat, and before he went, he had 20,000 with him.
Okay.
So when he went there, my tuition for that year in 1973 was 42,000.
Yes.
So they needed a deposit, half deposit, 20,000.
I see.
So the man just removed the 20,000 and paid.
Wow.
To register.
Okay.
That's how I was admitted.
Good.
They gave me the prospectus.
Yes.
And then we should go and prepare ourselves and come back on September 15.
I see. So that was very short. That was 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
7 days for you to prepare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
No, that was because I went home in June.
okay.
I think June, July.
I see.
That's when I had the results.
Okay, so you had enough ample time to prepare.
Yeah.
I see. So you went home. Home was Fiango.
No, to Fonga.
Okay.
From the village. I was already in Fontem.
Okay.
I went back to Fonga
You went
to
back
my
to Fonga
parents and so on.
and prepared?
Yeah, we used to go to Ngunda Market.
Yes.
It's a Ngunda Market, it's a market near Chang.
Okay.
Because things were cheaper there.
Oh.
We didn't go to Azim Market to buy stuff because they were expensive.
So you had to trek to where?
So we had to trek to Ngunda.
In Chang?
Near Chang.
Near?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because all the things were become, my father had to buy everything in the prospectus.
Exactly.
From cutlery, cutlass, boxes and everything. So it was cheaper to get those things in, they say was a market near Chankongunda.
Okay.
People used to bring things from Douala and all the auction things.
Wow.
So that is where he bought everything. Every market day.
We'll
go on this day, we'll buy this item. Sometimes my grandmother, when she go and sell cocoyams, she will say, okay, what is left? I will tell her she will buy it if she can afford.
Yeah.
So before I went to Sirozum on September 15, I had everything. They bought everything in the prospectus because for them, that was their first child in college.
Okay.
So there was no taking of chances. They bought everything.
That was required.
Because we came and started in the living, they have to itemize, check that this has been well, check everything. Then they bought me a very big iron box. 60 box.
Cost trunk.
Yes. Then they asked two of my brothers to go and escort me.
Okay, so how did they go?
Because before I left, my father called all his wives into the three wives into the main living room.
Yes.
And made those thanksgiving prayers and so on, and say, you are my only son going to college, this and that, you should know that all of us are looking at you. Yes. They made the blessings and so on.
I see.
And he asked me to go. And one good thing that one magnificent thing that he did was, when he went and took his purse and emptied it on the floor, and though nobody came out, he said, this is my purse, and you see how my purse is empty. Because he didn't give me a dime when I was going, because he bought everything.
Okay.
So he went and got his purse and emptied it, and said, you see, there's no money inside. And so on, you are the only one, and I cannot hide you anything. Okay. You should know that you are my son, I cannot hide you anything. Wow. So I left without a dime. But they bought everything. That's good. But they bought everything. Okay. My grandmother did the same thing, that I don't have anything for you who has bought all your stuff. Yeah. Just go to college. So I left without a dime.
So you left Fonga, you carry your trunk on your head?
Yeah, my brothers, I have two brothers who helped me. Because I went and spent 1 week and Chumbin before going to Sirozum on the last week.
Sirozum is found in Ver.
Ver, yes.
Which is a bit far from Fonga.
Yeah, it's far. It's far.
Almost 3 hours trek?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours trekking, wow. 3 hours trekking.
Wow, so you arrived school on foot?
Yeah, I arrived there, Massa. That was when we arrived there were senior students, people from
Yaoundé.
Actually, what happened was that they made it in such a way that the Form 1 students arrived before. Okay. We come and be in school for 1 month. So that we can get accustomed to the school and all that. So then after 1 month, the Form 2 students start arriving. With Form 3, Form 4 and so on. I see. So that before they came, we were already adjusting to the environment and so on. Because they said some of them might come and start bullying us from the first day. We might be confused. Okay. Yeah.
So you arrived on September 8th?
September 15th.
Oh, so sorry, September 15th. Yes. And the other students arrived in November?
Yes, around October.
Oh, October. Yeah. Now, in Form 1, how was your Form 1 experience?
It was great because when we came to Form 1, our dormitory was called Dormitory A. Okay. And that dormitory was just for Form 1 students. I see. And what the school did to protect us from bullying was they made Charles Tako. Okay. Charles Tako was the dormitory captain. He was already in Form 5. Oh, wow. He was from 5 and he was bigger. He was a tall, big guy.
Charles Tako is a barrister.
Yeah, who's a lawyer now? Who's a lawyer now?
And a chief too.
Yes.
Okay.
He was a dormitory captain. Then Michael Fominki, he's of late, the son of J.M. Fominki in Kumba. Yes. Michael Fominki, he died a couple of years. But he was assistant dormitory captain. Of dormitory A. Dormitory A. Okay, so the two of them helped the Form 1 student because dormitory A was also Form 1. Okay. Okay. So that they help us in such a way that they will protect us and
Yes.
guide in such a way that they used to beat students, because normally a lot of the senior students from 2 to 3, they will come, they want to come and bully us, make us to kneel down, beat us with cane and all that. So whenever they came, Charles Taco would beat them away, Michael Fomuki would beat some of them. They scared and they never came. They went to a refectory and announced that no senior student to come to dormitory A.
Yeah.
Because they used to come to bully us. And so on. Wow. So they help to protect us a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Because at the end of that 1 year, we moved to dormitory B.
Okay.
Yeah, which was a really big mix with some other few students. Yeah.
Interesting. So from 1, from 2,
yeah,
the great impact of and great role of Chief Charles Taco.
Yes.
Who was a protector.
Yeah.
Of the, and you mentioned somewhere that he made a speech in the refectory.
Yeah, he used to talk. He used to talk in the refectory that he doesn't want any senior student to come there. Okay. And you come there, I will beat you. Yes. And whenever they came, he would beat them.
So he spoke as a dormitory captain.
Dormitory captain. You know, dormitory captain was very powerful. yeah.
So they had other prefects to apart from dormitory captain. Like
senior prefect. You have the senior prefect, the assistant senior prefect. You have so many other dormitory captains and other senior dormitory captains. You have the labor prefect. Okay. You have the refectarian. All this. There were so many posts.
I see.
But he was a dormitory captain of dormitory A. Just for Form 1 students.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So from 1, from 2 went to dormitory B. What happened in Form 3?
Yeah, in Form 2,
yes,
we went to dormitory B.
Okay.
Yeah. There were senior students there, but the bullying was not much.
Okay.
Although the seniors would come there to come and bully us,
yes,
beat us and so on.
Yeah.
Because bullying was the order of the day.
I see.
They were senior students.
That's terrible. So from 3 was calm. From 4, did you ever have a post of service?
I only had a post when I was in Form 4, third term Form 4.
Which post was that?
I was the infirmarian.
Okay.
But one other thing was that I have to mention from my class from 1 to 3, 4 were the teachers that I had.
Yes.
That's the member of, because Miss Anne, the principal, was a French lady. She was teaching us French.
Okay.
Then Mr. Benedict Agendia was our geography teacher.
Yes.
When Mr. Nzuji was teaching us biology.
Okay.
Then there were one Peter Paul.
Yes.
From Brazil was teaching us mathematics.
Okay. And
so on. So it was that mix of people. Then Father Rajo was a Reverend Father. He was teaching us religion.
I see.
Yes.
It
was yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
And I had a classmate, Isidore Kangaka.
Yes.
He is now a medical doctor in South Africa.
Okay.
Because he was my closest friend that I developed.
I see.
In secondary school. Because when you go to secondary school, you always have a friend that is your friend.
Exactly.
Who is very close to you.
Mm-hmm.
So from Form 1, I used to sit, although I was sitting with, I said with him for the first time. We were very close, so that I developed a relationship with him because he used to take me out. We go to outings.
Okay.
Yeah, his father owned a metal works in Mutengene and had a lot of money. So the father used to send me money and so on. So he would show me. So he would take me during outing. We used to have outings.
Yes.
Yeah, on Saturdays. No, on Saturdays.
Okay.
They can give you outings from around 8 o'clock to 5.
Oh wow.
Yes. So you go out and see a lot of senior students. Some students who were already used to want to go to Mchemfam where there were bars. They go and drink alcohol, drink beer. But we were very naive as Form 1 student now.
Okay.
We were only drinking soft drink called grenadine.
Okay.
So this my friend Isidore would take me to a store and buy a bottle of grenadine, which was 60 francs at the time, but that was a lot of money.
Okay. Then
we'll go to Menji and visit his sister, and that was our routine. Every time that we go out, we'll go out together. Wow. So that made me to develop a very strong bond with him. He became my closest friend.
Okay.
In secondary school from 1 to 5. This is Dr. Kanaka.
And then
he's a medical doctor in South Africa.
And that relationship has continued till today.
Yes, it's still my. When I want to name my closest friend that I had in secondary school, is the Kanaka.
I see.
Although I had another friend, Richard Fontem, who is now a chief Fontem.
Yeah.
I sat with him on the same bench from class 2 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
But Israel remained my closest friend because most of the time he want to go around outings. I'm going with Isidore. We'll go to store, we'll go and look for kennels and all these things. We're always together.
Wow.
Yeah, he left, went to Bamble, went to Israel and studied, went to South Africa. He's a medical doctor now.
Wow.
Sometimes I miss him.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
So that was from 4, you were sick bay. No, you are infirmary.
Yeah, I went all the time until we went from 3. That's when we used to have what they call socials too, from 1.
I see.
Where every Saturday they have socials.
What was social? Music?
When you go and dance.
We dance where?
There was a hall, the school hall.
The school, okay.
Because we had a social prefect.
Okay.
And the school had a record player. So every Saturday they say socials. They will go and play music and people dance.
And it was a mixed school?
Yeah, it's a mixed school, co-educational.
I see.
There was girls dormitory over there, boys dormitory this way.
I see.
But during social, that's the first time that you can dance with a girl. But you are not very close, you know.
Okay, were there rules that were stated?
Yeah, the social prefect was in charge of making sure that there's discipline in the social, because the social was just I think 2 or 3 hours.
Okay.
When they would go and bring, the school had a record player where they used to buy records.
Yes.
And most of these records were from Zaire and East Africa.
Okay.
Because Makossa was not yet popular at the time.
I see.
So we used to dance a lot of East African records. Lunchtime, Ras 38, Ras 40, Ras this, and so on. Okay. Very popular.
Interesting.
So they will come for social for 2 hours like that. The social prefect will announce girls' choice.
Yes.
When ladies will go and choose men. Or boys' choice, when boys will go and choose girls. Okay. You know, we were very shy to go and to dance with senior students. Sometimes some senior students who are girls from 5 will come and choose to get engaged from one student to dance with.
Okay.
So when we were dancing, you are very shy because you cannot touch her. Yeah.
That was
yeah, very scared.
Exactly, of course. So that happened every Saturday. Every Saturday? Did that happen every Saturday? The socials?
The social, you know, the social used to be once a month.
Okay, so everybody was looking forward to it.
Yeah, when they say the social, that's when people go and iron their part de la femme.
Of course.
And when we went from 3, this thing came, they took part de la femme.
What's that? Apaga?
Apaga and salamander. You know those high shoes now?
Okay.
With the big foot trousers.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when they came, a few of our friends, when I bought them.
Okay.
So in the campus like that, when they social, they wear them, Apaga and salamander. And they will be, it should be fantastic, eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. And the principal there, you said, was a French lady?
Actually, Miss Anne was there right up to Form 4.
Okay.
Then after him, it was...
was it him or her?
After her.
After her, okay.
It was a Reverend Father who took over. Father Rajo.
So how was the change in the tenor?
It was totally different. You know, for the father was very kind, but sometimes very radical too.
Okay.
He wants to be too strict.
I see.
Yeah, Miss Anne was a soft, compassionate lady. Yeah, and her vice was a Brazilian, Mr. Peter Paul.
Yes.
Mathematician.
I see.
Yes.
Interesting.
So it was so interesting.
Wow. Yeah. So apart from this, your friend in South Africa, are there some of
I had a lot of my colleagues, classmates. We had a classmate forum now. You have Dr. Aka, who is in Rockville. He's a doctor too. He works with the National Institute of Health. You have Teklan Kamante, who is down there. You have Pamela Kumba is here. She has a business in DC.
Okay.
You have Richard Fontem, who is here, Fonketa. You have Peter Morpho is here. You have George Morpho is in Atlanta. Yeah, those are the batch of 8. But the rest are in Cameroon, like Margaret Oben, Rose, Dr. Rose Fomenga, she's teaching in University of Boya. Okay. I mean, just my batch 8.
Wow.
Yes. Then there are some who are retired teachers, Patricia and Joe, Patrick from Joe. Yes. Yeah, Godfrey Kenya and all that. They are all there. We meet in our community. Raymond Clemente is a teacher, and some are grandparents and grandpas. and so on.
That takes me to the question of the forum. So you did this is Switzerland Forum, which I hear you found you established.
Yeah, I founded the Switzerland Global Forum.
When was that?
For all Switzerlands in the world.
Wow.
That was around 5 years ago.
Okay.
And it has a membership of almost 400 now.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I felt that Switzerland worldwide should be able to communicate,
Okay.
And interact.
And since you had the connections already, the numbers was easy for you to.
It was easy to do that. Yeah. Wow. Switzerland Global Forum.
Congratulations.
I founded it.
So the group updates
information,
about Sort of Wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. And before we come back to the present situation, the present the terrible situation with the closure of the school for 5 years now, let's go to your. So from 4, from 5, you go to GCE?
Yeah, from 4, we started the GCE syllabus in Form 3 when they started preparing us to write the GCE.
Of course.
Then in Form 4, there was a change in administration.
Okay.
When the Form 5 students had to hand over to the Form 4 students.
Okay.
And that happened always in around 2nd or 3rd term.
So there was no high school?
No, so I wasn't there high school at the time.
Okay.
They all ended in Form 5 at the time.
Okay.
At the time.
Interesting.
So the Form 5 students had to hand over all
to
the
Form 4.
To the Form 4. That was the time that you are like a leader.
Yes.
So I was an infirmarian.
Okay.
I was the infirmarian of the school, and my job was to take care of the dispensary.
Okay, so there was a dispensary.
Yeah, there was a dispensary with medicine for headache, fever, and all the sort of things that I could dispense with the students.
Okay.
Then there was a sick bay that if somebody is sick,
yes,
you'll be admitted in the sick bay
where
they have to bring his food and breakfast and all that.
Okay.
And if he becomes serious, we'll send him to the
Mary
Head of African Hospital.
Okay.
When we send him there, they have to be going there, checking him and all that.
I
was the infirmarian. I had to communicate with the hospital to know his the status and all that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a nice post.
So you did it for 1 year?
Yeah, for 1 year. Yeah. When because you do it until when you are in Form 5 to 2nd term form, you hand over to the
to the next,
because you have to prepare for the GC.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you were the infirmarian from 4, from 5 you go to GCE and passed.
Yeah.
Flying colors.
Yeah.
What were you? Do you remember your subjects again?
Yeah, I was an art student.
Oh, okay, so history,
geography, and a series of other subjects.
Okay, that's good.
One other thing that happened during my life in Sudan, which touched me, was Parents' Day.
Yes.
Because the school used to organize what they call Parents' Day.
Yes.
Where they invite parents of all students. They come and participate in this, be in the school. They show them slides about the school, the history of the school.
Okay.
They invite all the other dignitaries around. Kids.
Yes.
Then they have dinner together and all. They lunch together. So they used to call it Parents' Day.
Okay.
And it was very glamorous that parents, for you to be invited to see the wisdom as a parent, that was very, very
remarkable.
Yes, and respectful.
So the parents loved it.
Yeah, the parents loved it. Yes, Parents' Day.
So in the wisdom, were you allowed to have food, like biscuits and all that?
Oh man, we were well fed, man.
I mean, were you allowed to bring?
Yes, there was a store just opposite the school, opposite the gate.
So could you
were free to go around and buy biscuit, but you don't go out of the gate.
Okay,
you go and stand there and order that. I want this biscuit. I want this drink. People who had money were buying things.
Okay, so you were free to buy what
you wanted. There was. I said there were like 2 stores across the gate.
I see.
You could go and stand at the gate and shout, "I want biscuit. I want this." They will bring it to you and you give them the money.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but you are not allowed to go out.
I see.
Yeah, but that's outings.
Oh,
and if you go out of bounds, you can be dismissed. Yeah. So most of the time, you see students will go and stand on the gate, bring me biscuit, bring me the grenadine, bring me this, bring me this.
So apart from people requesting for that, how was the food? How were you fed?
The food is fantastic. I mean, everybody who went to Sudan within 5 years, you grow very fast.
Okay, so the food
well
was
fed.
good.
Yeah.
What did you
eat? John chaff, beans, rice, sometimes gari.
Okay.
Nice mix of everything.
With meat.
Puff,
fish.
And other, yes.
Okay.
Gateau and all those sort of things.
Wow.
We were well fed in Sudan.
Okay.
That's why before we left there, everybody who went there for 5 years, you grew very fast.
Well fed and
Yeah.
well taken care of in
Well
terms of
taken
medical.
care of.
You were sick, the hospital was just.
Yeah, the hospital was just there.
Okay.
You went there, you have some privilege, care and all that.
That's so remarkable.
Yeah.
That's so
Then
remarkable.
with this thing like sports, we had our
Yes.
school team which used to compete with other teams in Manfe for the Osuks and all those sort of things. Then we played some games with schools in Changtu.
Yes.
Fontem was in Grand College de la Menua
Okay.
in Chang. So he brought them to Sierra for a sports exchange.
Okay.
They came and spent 1 week with us. We played some football and other games with them.
Interesting.
And it was very exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talking about seed of wisdom, then the bishop then was Bishop Pius Hour.
Yeah, he used to come to Sierra a lot. He used to come and organize what they call retreat.
Okay.
Where he comes for 2 weeks. The campus is quiet, silent.
Nobody's talking to anybody.
No music, no football, no playing, nothing. For 2 weeks. You go to the chapel and pray in the morning,
Yes.
afternoon, and evening.
They
call it retreat.
Did he ever give a speech or anything?
Yeah, he used to speak. He used to organize conferences within that time.
Okay.
He would be talking so much. We started to understand a lot of the talking one went from 2, from 3. From 1, they were organizing those things. We were just excited to see the bishop come because Bishop Awa was very classy.
Okay.
It was very neat.
I see.
So all those retreats, he used to organize a lot of retreats.
So you still
I know when he organized them, there are a lot of reverend sisters.
Of course.
These Italians who were working in the hospital. Some of them will attend the retreat and all that.
Yeah.
Because you have the folklore movement.
Yes.
Which takes care of the hospital. But a lot of them were teachers in the school.
Okay.
Because most of the school teachers were dominantly white,
I see.
of Italian origin.
So you remember him as a very classic, handsome, young. He was young at the time.
Yes.
That was when
and one other person that I would like to mention was Claude Gamble.
Okay.
Because throughout our life in Sierra Leone, we had one Frenchman.
I see.
Claude Gamble.
Was he a teacher?
He was a French teacher.
Okay.
But one remarkable thing that he did was he made himself a photographer.
Okay.
Yes. He was also a driver because Sierra Leone has the post box in Chang for communication. That's where all our mails used to come through.
Okay.
So he will use the school had a Land Rover.
Yes.
This Claude Gamble will drive to Chang.
Was he a Frenchman?
He's a Frenchman.
Okay.
He will drive to Chang. They will buy food. When they want to buy some food, they buy it from Chang.
Okay.
And when they are maize, he will pick them and bring. Yeah, that was it. So he was a French teacher. He became the main school photographer.
Okay.
So whenever there are events in the campus, he will cover them.
Can you imagine?
Most of the pictures that we had were made by him. Wow. Because he used to cover take the pictures, then he will come and sell it to the student very cheap.
Okay.
So most of our pictures that were gathered in Solozon were done by him. Claude Gamble.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
He was a wonderful photographer.
Okay.
He was taking us everywhere, taking pictures, then we go to Chang and print them, come and show us. They were paying some small money.
So that's remarkable. He documented events.
Yeah, Mr. Claude Gamble.
And I guess he left some of them in the archive.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's remarkable. Thank you for mentioning that. Thank you for mentioning.
Yeah, those are the memories of Siloism.
Yes, you're talking about. You also mentioned that Cardinal Arinze visited Siloism.
Yeah, Cardinal Arinze visited Siloism. I think one went from 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
he came with Bishop.
He came with Bishop Awa and he made a very long speech.
In the chapel?
About religion and all that. No, in the conference room, not in the chapel. He did mass service, then there was a conference in the conference room because we had a conference room with the second cafeteria.
I see. He recently celebrated 90 years. He recently celebrated his 90th birthday.
Cardinal Arinze came there when he was still in his 70s.
Yes, he was Archbishop of Onitsha.
Yes.
So what memories do you have of that visit?
No, he was a wonderful character,
Okay.
Tall, and handsome man,
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.